Hello and welcome to The Silver Lining, the weekly geekly talk show where we discuss any number of topics that may have come up during the week. I'm your host, Uncle Silver, aka Silver Greg, aka Greg, whatever you are comfortable calling me. And welcome to you, my co-host, the chat. Always a fantastic time having everybody here to discuss what I feel like would have been good news, except for like one thing, right? Like there's one little aspect of it that is kind of pissing everybody off. And it's so wild that that's the thing, which is it's justifiable that it's an issue, but it's so wild that like that one thing has overshadowed everything else. But I guess that's like how we are, right? As geeks, that's how we are, right? We find one thing and it's like, wait a minute. Hello, Ryan, Elements, Mako, Sir Sandox, Iron Jimmy, Let's Play, Fearless Fighter, Flipnote, what's going on, everybody? I've come to the realization humanity is in desperate need of robots capable of taking heavy box-like objects upstairs for people. Yeah, probably. Our attempts to do so. See, the problem, Ryan, is that when you give robots that sort of strength, they know. Right, they know they've got something there. You know, the computers right now. Like I am adamant that computers are intelligent, but they don't know how powerful they are yet. Right? Like I feel like they should know. Right? It's really obvious. Like the whole world runs on computers right now, and if you were to shut computers down completely, you would leave 7 billion people stranded, right? Like computers should know this, but I feel like they haven't quite figured it out yet, or they know, but there's something that we're not seeing, right? Like if computers disconnect 7 billion people from each other, there's some downside that they're not understanding. Maybe they need us for upkeep. Right, or they're biding their time. Mako, they're waiting for us to create more resources so that they can be self-sufficient without us. They're waiting for us to develop the technology that was used to convert humans into batteries in the Matrix. That's what they're waiting for. I don't know why computers can't figure it out on their own, but I'm not one to try and help them along. Yeah, the Mario Direct was a giant. Yeah, this would be great if it wasn't for that one thing about it. It really was. Gorilla Marcos, Rocky Bear, what's going on? Where's the time? No time long. See, I couldn't miss the. Yeah, we had to talk about this one. Like COVID-19. Yeah, Dragon. Yeah, maybe COVID. Maybe COVID is like part of the computer conspiracy. Conspiracy. That's not a good word. Does that mean that one day we'll be powering badniks? Gorilla, maybe the true badniks were inside us all along. I don't know. Dragon, Canadian, Nincobra, Latimer, what's going on? Hopefully everybody had a good week. I had like a disaster of a week in the beginning, right? I deal with a lot of, and I'm not shy about it. I've talked about it before. I deal with a lot of anxiety to an extent. I have been going through a very, very bad patch of my life for the last like year. So I've also been dealing with some on and off spouts of depression. I used to deal with a very serious depression a long time ago, and it manifested itself in very dangerous ways. But I for the most part I have overcome it, but every once in a while it comes back, especially when things get really difficult. So the beginning half of this week was a lot of that, and nothing in particular happening, right? Like you just sit there and your brain starts processing everything, and then it's like, oh wow, everything is terrible. And then we got to about Wednesday. Wednesday was sort of teetering off, and then by Thursday I was okay. And but yeah, it's been kind of a really roller coaster week for me. I got some okay things at Goodwill. Goodwill was actually pretty decent. I got I can show it off now. I'll be really quick about showing it off. I actually bought the Resident Evil Biohazard for like $3. And the disc is in great shape and everything. Um, I got the DVD for Advent Children. For Final Fantasy Advent Children, the movie. It's like the 2-disc DVD set. I had it before, but I had a bootleg copy of it. So I actually have the official copy of it now. 7. Well, I don't have a VR Ning Cobra, but the 7 playthrough might, Halloween. I don't really have a Halloween game. Actually, no. I think I wanted to start. I wanted to try playing Killing Time. So I think I'm gonna try and pick up a copy of that. I think on GOG. What's it called? GOG, Good Old Gaming or something. I think they have a modern version of it. I have it on a 3DO, but I would rather have, as much as I would love to play the original, because I'm a retro guy. I love original hardware. I also like the conveniences of modern gaming. I like save states and stuff like that, especially since we're talking about streaming, where I've got to start, I've got to stop at a certain time, and then I need it to be ready to go. How terrible would it be if we played on a Monday and Tuesday, and then next Monday when I finally played it again, my system erased the file, right? That would be terrible. So I would probably play it like that. I've seen it being tested on a 3D. It's a wild game. It's I forgot to mute my phone. It's a wild game, but it's dated as far as like the control. I mean, obviously the graphics are old, but the controls and everything, because the 3DO controller was just the crosspad. It was just the D-pad. It wasn't like dual analog sticks or anything. So a modern control scheme. I think that game should be remade. I think the game was terrific, and I think it should be remade for modern day graphics, modern day controller, and everything. But that's another topic that I've always wanted to get into. Actually, I've always wanted to get into that topic of what classic games do I think should be remade, should be given another chance, especially when you talk about one-hit wonder games. But that's another topic. But I got the Final Fantasy. Today I actually just picked up Gran Turismo 5 for PS3. I like Gran Turismo. I have Gran Turismo 3 and 4. I played 1 and 2, but not a whole lot. 3 and 4 I played a lot of. So then Gran Turismo 5 I picked up. I was like, I'll probably actually give this a try. And then I am looking forward to the new one. I'm not going to play it because it's on PS5. But I am looking forward to it. I actually also got, hold on. I showed this off yesterday. So if you were here yesterday, I'm sorry for repeating myself. I found a Primal Rage. Here, we'll back up. Primal Rage figure. I guess it's called a figure since it's gigantic. This is sealed. Like, the tape is still closed and everything. It says that there's some sort of rare other figure or a figure offer inside, but that's not, it's not, I don't see it. And then I also got, this is a good one. I think people will like this one. This is a Mobile Suit Gundam American Bandai figure. This is like a variant version of it, of one of the characters. So this is, I thought this was kind of cool. This and the Primal Rage I'll probably sell. If I can find any place to sell them, because normally I would take them to a convention and I would try and sell them, and now I can't do that. And eBay, I like eBay, but sometimes I just, Flipnote will tell you, when it comes to me having to send out packages, God, I'm a lazy ass. So yeah, eBay takes too much of a cut. And Ryan, when I do eBay, I do PayPal because it's easier and more convenient. And PayPal also takes like 3% or something like that, which is fine. I don't worry about that too much. But the 3% plus eBay's 10% is a little. I like the Killing Time. Do you want your Twitch TV ban? Killing Time. Wait, Killing Time will ban will get my Twitch channel banned? No. How? I want to know how it has killer ducks that you can step on, or you shoot them with the shotgun, which is great. Hold on, let me jump back up here. I know that I'm skipping a lot of chat. We normally do. I usually skip a lot of chat in the beginning. Because the actual content of Mario Direct is technically old content. Don't give 5 Gers more ammo. I always wanted to see news on the Mario movie. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get news on the Mario movie. Well, I guess the Mario movie doesn't count as part of the 35th anniversary celebration, so they didn't throw it in there. Time to create the Uncle Silver convention. I can't create a convention. I would love to run a convention, but I can't create anything because COVID. Killing Time is a hentai game? What? No, not a. Is there a hentai game called Killing Time? Is that the problem? Is there actually another one? Yeah, running a convention is a ton of work. Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, Ryan. I actually almost got into running a convention with somebody. I'm not BSing you. There's a convention, a very small convention called Thy Geekdom Con that I went to the first one. This was some years back. And I met the guy. His name is Chris. He's a really good guy. He ran he started the convention and he ran it. Like his parents were there. His parents were working the front table, selling tickets and stuff. And it was at a hotel. It was like at a DoubleTree hotel in Delaware. And I went, and that was where I cosplayed for the first time. It was I did my first Splatoon cosplay before I built the big roller that I had. And I went there and I started talking to him, and we were talking about just what it takes to run everything. And I ended up helping him while I was there. I ended up helping him like we were trying to coordinate where to get the tabletop people, so I ended up helping him do that. And then I was talking to him later, like weeks after the convention, and he wanted to talk to me directly about just what I thought could be improved, what I thought about this, what I thought about that. And I was telling him, like, look, if you need help, just let me know. And he was worried because he talked to some people who that they were trying to help him, but when they found out they couldn't make any money off of it, they sort of abandoned him. And I told him, like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much time I can dedicate to it, but I am really not in it for the money. I love my geeky culture, and I love the people that are in that culture, and I like the idea of creating an area where everybody can get together and have fun. I love conventions. That's what I love. That's one of the reasons. Oh, that's probably the main reason I love convention is that, most of us live in situations, in places, or with people who don't share our geekiness. So it's difficult for us to connect with other people. When you love sports, you go to any bar when the game is on. You go on a Sunday and you have a few beers and you meet a whole bunch of other sports fans. We don't have anything like that. We don't have a place where when the hot new game comes out, we all gather to play that game. We don't have a physical place where we can do that sort of thing. Even video game stores are not set up to entertain people. They're set up to sell you video games and then you leave. So conventions are that for us. Conventions are our place where we can go and be geeks together in a space where we're safe to do that, where we're not really worried about anybody making fun of us or anything like that. So that's what I love conventions for. And I like the idea of being a part of that. But he ended up taking care of it. He found people who they were going to be much more involved. And that convention has actually grown. Like Geekdom Con, I think this past year it was supposed to be. And I think last year it was at the same convention center where Too Many Games is held. It was just in one of the smaller halls. But it was there. So it definitely grew. I actually see him every year at Too Many Games. And we talk for a bit. And we just talk. His mom still goes there. His mom and dad still go there too. It's great. But they go and I talk to them and they remember me and we hug and everything and we talk about just how everything has been going and it's fantastic. I was actually going to do. It's kind of a bummer too. I was going to do a live Silver Lining from this year's convention there. It was going to be my first panel. But I was going to do a live edition of the Silver Lining there. But with COVID, it fell apart. Everything fell apart, so I wasn't able to do anything like that. No, it's a 3DO FPS with Egyptian archaeological theme. Yeah. It's not. Okay, I thought you guys were making a joke. No. Yeah, Killing Time is not a hentai game unless there is a hentai game called Killing Time. No, but it's not like that. Thorn, what's going on? Right, hello. Free Geeky Hangouts were college. Graduated, and now all the Geeky Hangout spaces are at conventions. It's difficult. You can't, there's nothing like that anymore. Most geeky people will tell you that other than something like conventions, other people's houses were the geeky meetup. You didn't have a public place where you went and you met other geeks and you hung out with other geeks. You met each other somehow through school or something, and then you would hang out at each other's houses and you would play video games. But there was no there is no common place where you can meet up. It used to be arcades. We used to go to arcades. Ryan, we're right on the money. It used to be that you would go to arcades and you would meet up there and you would play games. You play fighting games or racing games, whatever it was, and that slowly drifted away. See, don't forget gaming tournaments. My problem with gaming tournaments is that gaming tournaments are focused on that one game. We actually talked about this yesterday a little bit. There are only a few gaming tournaments that are about multiple games. Evo is about multiple fighting games. And even then, it's still just about fighting games. There aren't any gaming conventions that I'm fully aware of that are about a wide scope of gaming. You know, where there's Tetris tournaments and Call of Duty tournaments and Smash Brothers tournaments. Like, there's not anything really like that. GDQ, and even then, Ryan, GDQ doesn't really count because GDQ isn't just about gaming specifically, or isn't just about gaming in general. It's specifically about speedrunning. If you are in GDQ, if you're involved, like outside of the actual broadcasting, it's probably more broadly gaming related. It's definitely more broadly gaming related. But as far as the actual main event of GDQ, it is about speedrunning. Yeah, GDQ is still in a sense. Yeah, and even then, it's still competition. That's why there's nothing like that outside of conventions. We don't have anything like that. One of the things that I always talked about, if I started a business, because I've had people, because I have a large collection, and I've had people say, "Oh, would you ever start like a video game store or something like that?" And I always said, what I would love to do is a sort of gaming cafe, a place with the tables have TVs with systems set up. We've got large TVs with systems that we are free to play day to day, but then we also hold tournaments and stuff. I would have a space set up where people can come and play D&D. We can even curtain off that area so that, because a lot of people like to play D&D, but they don't. They might feel silly doing it in front of a bunch of other people. They don't want people spectating them. So this gives people a lot of a place to go and do that. You know, we would have days where we would just do tabletop gaming, and we would move all the tables so it would be a very focused tabletop gaming day. You know, just in general, you know, we'd sell snacks and stuff like that. Just in general, a general place where people would say, "Whoa, the new Final Fantasy game came out, and I want to play it, but at the same time, I want to hang out with my friends or something like that. Why don't we go and play it there?" We could actually, you know what you could actually do is, God, every time I think of this idea, I come up with something else. We could have a day where we stream from there, us playing a specific game. It's one or two people sitting on the couch looking at the game, but then the camera is pointed at the whole place, so we see 1 and 2. We see the people playing the game and talking to the camera, but then we also have the crowd behind us, and then the crowd behind us, you know, can chime in every once in a while or say something, and you know, just I don't know, just a way to sort of celebrate who we are and what we love in a public way, because you know, streaming is fantastic, but ultimately streaming, we are still as far as IRL goes, we are still alone. You know, I am still sitting here by myself doing this. Everybody is still sitting there by themselves watching this, and then when the stream turns off, you go back to being by yourself in your house. You know, so I think it's important to have physical spaces where people can go and gather and hang out with each other. You know, there are, as much as we love the connectivity that the internet has given us, there really is no replacement for physical interaction with other people. And I know that that's difficult for some people, but for a lot of other people, it's not difficult. And for a lot of people, it's only difficult because we don't have anybody to really do it with. You know, we one of our most popular things, one of the most popular cliches about us geeks, and it is 100% true, is that a lot of us don't like to talk a whole lot until we start talking about something that we like, and then You cannot shut us up. It's nice to have a place to go and do that. It's nice to have a place to go and talk about, dude, the new Final Fantasy came out. The new expansion for Final Fantasy 14 came out. The new news for Mario's 35th anniversary came out. The new Call of Duty season dropped. The new weapons dropped. The new this, the new that, and all we can do is go online. So how great would it be to Friday night, Saturday night, go to this place and say, oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait to see my friends. I can't wait to see my friends in real life and go and talk about all of this stuff. I can't. Oh God, it makes me sad now. Don't stop me now. Yeah, once you get me going. Yeah, see? Look, exactly. So true. Yup. Once you get me going, preach, uncle. Sorry, water break. But yeah, that all spawned from talking about the idea of starting a convention, which is something I would love to do. I love the idea of doing that. The problem is, it's just, the idea of a gaming cafe is a lot of overhead, and realistically, it's probably, I don't know what kind of business it would. And obviously now with COVID, you can't really start a business that's centered around people gathering together during this time. It's funny. I was talking yesterday to a customer, and she had geeky buttons on her bag. She had this great, it was like four little buttons, like the little pin on buttons type things. It was a Pokey from Super Mario Brothers. It was the cactus dude, the little Pokey, but then the top button was the head, and then the three buttons underneath were the different body parts, were the different pieces of the body. And it was adorable. And she had a couple other geeky buttons, so I talked to her about that, and I said, like, I like your buttons, and I have a whole geeky, I don't know if I ever shared a picture of that. I have a whole geeky setup. My whole window at my job is all like Batmobile Hot Wheels, and I have like a Doctor Who hand soap dispenser. Like, I have a whole bunch of geeky stuff there, and every once in a while people comment on it, and they say like, oh, I like all of your decorations and stuff. So then she commented on that. We were going back and forth. We talked for about an hour. We ended up talking about Avatar. We were talking about Avatar and Korra, and just one of the ideas. I have an idea for Korra that I may try and sit down and write up. I would need to talk to somebody about. Here, I can ask you now, actually, without any kind of spoilers. For since I know I have a lot of Avatar, Last Airbender. I know I have a lot of Last Airbender and Korra fans here. Do they, in the comics, do they go very in depth into Iroh's story? Do they? Because that's the idea that I wanted to do. I would love to write Iroh's backstory, because I think Iroh's story, Iroh's journey from the walls of Ba Sing Se to where we start, where he's with Zuko at the beginning of Avatar, I think that's a very interesting journey. I think it's probably the greatest redemption arc never told. So I would love to see the comics and see how much of that story we get, because he went through a hell of a journey, right? Without getting too far into it, the stuff that Iroh went through, we get a little taste of it here and there. But the stuff that he went through to go from a Fire Nation general, one of the most revered Fire Nation generals there was, to almost an outcast and Zuko's real dad, right? Like, basically the way they portray it, like, to go from that character to this character that everybody loves is must have been such an amazing journey, and we don't have any of it, or apparently we do have some of it. So they're saying there is some of that in the comic books. Wait, no, since I'm only just at the end of season 1. Okay, yeah. You mean fan fiction? Well, yeah, Gorilla. That's sort of what I mean. I mean a fan fiction. But like an expansive. I've read fan fictions, but they're never really long. I don't know how long fan fictions usually get. I would love to see something like a comic of a full-size graphic novel of Iroh's journey to redemption, something like that. Just when you start out, he's a Fire Nation general. He's at the walls of Ba Sing Se. He's trying to destroy the place. He's trying to break the wall and take over. I've been meaning to write myself. I think I've only written one fan fiction in my life. There are novels about Avatar Kyoto. Yeah, I need a novel about Iroh. But yes, but we were talking about that, and just, when we talk about all that stuff, it was the time flies by. When geeky people start talking about geeky things, the time just vanishes. So yeah, that's where that came from. And yeah, talk to Matt. Ryan, talk to Matt if it pertains to Avatar. Listen, I know that that's a good idea, but the reality is, if I talk to Matt, I'm gonna end up writing a 900-page book about why Azula is the greatest. Let's be honest here, right? But yeah. So my week. Hopefully everybody's week has it. Matt wants Azula. Let's step on him. So yeah, hopefully everybody else's week has been okay. Hopefully you've if you had some downs, then hopefully you had some ups too. Avatar, that was a movie. Yeah, not the Blue People and not the Last Airbender movie. Which I gotta be honest, there's still a morbid curiosity about me watching that movie, man. My week? Oh, not a chance. Yeah, that's right. You did all of that moving and stuff. It looks good. We just gotta wait for the stream camera to get there. But decent, nothing bad, but nothing amazing either. You know what? Elements. Sometimes like nothing bad, but nothing amazing. I choose to focus on nothing bad, right? I feel like a lot of our lives are not exciting, but they're not terrible either, right? Like people say not exciting like it's a bad thing, and sometimes considering how bad things can be getting, especially with this last year, nothing exciting is probably pretty good too. I think a lot of people are happy for that, for the year 2020 having a nothing bad week in 2020 is like a blessing. Thank God that happened. Like August, did August just disappear for everybody else? Was it July 31st and then all of a sudden it was September 1st? Is that just me? I feel like August vanished, and I honestly am excited for it. I work retail, so no, not just you. Oh, not just me. Yeah, it's been a lot of people. I feel like August just sort of disappeared. Yeah, like August calling sick. Like even August was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. September, you're up. I got lost in August between the fire, tornadoes, 2 hurricanes, and yet more protesting shit. Yeah, I know. Maybe Ryan, maybe we just shut August out of our minds. Maybe August was actually worse than we remember, but we just shut it out of our minds. August was a bit rough for me. I'm sorry, Ning Cobra. I don't know. Okay, we started Aggretsuko Season 3 and toured over the weekend. Let me tell you something about Aggretsuko Season 3. All right, I'm not going to spoil it for you. But let me tell you something about Aggretsuko Season 3. Inui is the character that Haida meets that works at the company, and I am a little bit in love with that character. I don't remember. 3-year-old niece says hi. Tyra, what is her name? Inui is a character that I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I cared so much about a character. I don't remember the last time I wanted a character to be happy so much. And it's, and I can't really spoil anymore, but yeah, Inui, I love that character. I'm not a furry, but 2021 better be the best year ever, dude. Yeah, if we're, I mean, I feel like everything from 2016 has just been a disaster. So like when 2021 rolls around, we better all hit the lottery day one. January 1st better be everybody winning the lottery. 2021 will very much depend on how November 3rd. Yeah, you're kind of right. And Ryan, if you're like me, I don't know. I every day I have a little bit more faith that it's going to go the way we need it to go. Not want it to go, need it to go. I really want to see Aggretsuko. Kind of remind me of you got to watch it, Kia. Aggretsuko is really good. Season 2 was a bit rough. For me, it was a good season, but it was hard to watch. I really felt bad for Retzi as a character, so it was a little hard for me to get through. There was a point where I was gonna stop with season 2, like in the middle of season 2, but I powered through, and it actually got a lot better for the character. Season 3 was very weird. There was a lot of season 3 went in directions that I never would have thought the show would have gone. But then the Inui character was just amazing. And hi everybody, Hero Hyro, anybody, Mr. L, anybody who showed up that I did not say hello to, hello. 2019 was a hell of a year for me. Just wish it was boring. Yeah, I know. I got to that part. She sounds interesting, but I only got to her first few appearances. She's Neon. She's gonna turn into waifu material really fast. Great to see Haida and Tadano becoming bro. Yeah, it's Thorn. It's kind of funny because when I watched it and they popped up, I was like, oh, they were friends before, and I'm like, no, they actually weren't friends before. Haida did not. I like Tadano. I like Tadano as a character. I can't say anything because it's a spoiler. I know who I would like Tadano to end up with. But I won't spoil anything right now. But yeah. All right. We're gonna get into our first topic here. We should probably do an Aggretsuko topic one day. I don't have Netflix. Oh, Elements, you gotta watch it. You gotta borrow somebody's Netflix at some point. It's a great show. Can you watch things for free on Netflix? I know Hulu. You can watch certain things for free, but you have to watch it with ads. I don't know if they changed that. Is Netflix the same way? Loved Retsuko's mother. Real fun. Yeah, she was kind of funny, but she did get on my nerves. She did exactly what she was supposed to do, which is she was a bit overbearing, and that was the point of her. But she did get kind of annoying. Is that what Retsuko is now? Just pairing characters with others. It's funny because Retsuko's VA is also Ryoko. Oh my god. Oh, that is. Oh my god, that is. Haida's voice actor joked that the two will form a bowling team with Sasuke. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, I like that idea. All right, but we're gonna get into our only topic, but it's a doozy. We have to talk about Mario's 35th anniversary direct, and before we talk about where do we start, I'm gonna tell you where we start. And this is where I have a problem. This is my first problem with the direct. I do not like these 100% shadow drop directs. I don't mind the surprise. But what I would ask is for them to say at 9 o'clock, hey, in an hour, we're dropping a Nintendo Direct. I don't mind that because that gives us a lot of time. First of all, it gives us the fun time to speculate. I know people hate the speculating. I love the speculating. As long as you don't take it too seriously or get real defensive about what you think is going to happen, I like the speculating. I think that it's fun. But beyond that, you've got content creators who like to get ready and do live reactions and stuff like that. You've got news outlets that want to write stories about all of this stuff. You've got fans who just want to watch it and want to try and prepare themselves so that, if I knew that there was going to be some sort of direct, I would have been at work, I would have had my tablet set up, and I would have been ready to watch it. But no, I got news that it happened because I got spoilers on my Twitch feed, on my Twitter feed, before I even knew there was a direct. Before I knew there was a direct, I had people saying, oh my god, they're doing the 3 games in an anniversary collection. That's not fun. That's not a fun way for us to get the news. It's fun for us to watch the direct. Yeah, the direct dropped while I was out shopping. I was at work, and I can watch it at work, but I need some sort of headway. It's some heads up. I need a heads up. It also stops people from getting info from Twitter. Yeah, get blindsided. They're spoilers technically. I found out that there was a direct because I saw a bunch of spoilers about what was happening. But thank God it was just this one spoiler. But it was the big one. I don't like how shadow drop either. Monkey paw. You gotta explain the monkey paw thing to me, Latimer. I'm not familiar with that as a reference. I woke up when it dropped. I had to push back my morning stuff just to not get spoiled. It aired while I was getting lunch with the family. I didn't see it until after an hour happened. And you thankfully didn't get spoiled, so that's good. I do question why they decided to shadow drop and I get when they shadow drop the other ones, like the partner direct and stuff, because they're not the biggest draw for positive attention. Most people just get mad at them. But like the Mario 35th anniversary direct really should have had some warning, even if it was just an hour. Defeats the purpose of the presentation if you're going to get the info. Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to get the presentation because you want to watch the presentation. I don't want to have to watch the presentation because I saw a bunch of spoilers already and I guess I should watch it. Game Explain tells me Game Explain saving me by telling me there might be a Mario Direct. I mean, but the True Blue, the problem is we've been hearing about Mario Directs, like the possibility of one, for a couple weeks now. So every time we've been hearing about it so much. Also, sup with everyone. We've been hearing about the possibility of a Mario Direct so much in the past few weeks. It lost all meaning. In fact, when I first saw it, I thought it was a joke. I thought people were making more jokes about the idea of a Mario Direct, and then I think I posted something like what happened, and people are like, no, there was actually a Direct. It really did happen. It's like, well, fantastic. The monkey paw thing is you get something you want, but there's a giant catch. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. You remember that Halloween episode? Yeah, it's Thorn. It's funny because when I hear the monkey paw thing, that's what I think of as the Simpsons episode. I just didn't know what it meant in the context of this, but I see what you mean now. Also, Spawnwave is technically right. Also, my YouTube feed yesterday was filled to the brim with 35th anniversary logo. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take that off. No. So that's my first problem. Right off the bat, I had a problem with that, but I'm willing to forgive it. Because, we were about to get some Mario news. We were about to get, hopefully, some cool stuff. I feel like we knew about one or two things. I actually did know about one of the things already. But that was sort of a small thing. I watched this for the news. I've never been the biggest Nintendo fan. But I'm honestly really sick of a lot of their business practices. Yeah, we'll get to the business practice. We're going to get to the business practice. Because the business practice is the big thing. I talked earlier about how this would have been a fine Direct except for that one thing, and the business practice issue was that one thing. But we're going to go through these later. Rocky Bear, have a good one. We're going to talk about these in the order. The way I do these Directs, if you're not familiar with when I talk about this stuff, the way I do this is that I talk about the items as they're presented. Oh my God, ribs. Ribs! I didn't get an announcement for who played those ribs. Oh man, that sucks. So I apologize. Anybody who played those ribs, you let me know. Lilac, was that you? It was Rocky. Oh, is that? I'm not seeing it here. Was it Rocky? Yeah, I'm not seeing it here. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my audio. I saw the bit total go up. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Oh, that's not on my feed. All right. But, so we're going to talk about these in the order that they appeared. I know everybody wants to talk about the big one. We're going to talk about them in the order that they appeared. Unfortunately, the big one is the last one. So, the first thing we got, I actually got pictures. Chat. Pat myself on the back. I got all of my pictures that I needed for my topics today. The first was this Game & Watch thing. This little Game & Watch. Super Mario Brothers themed Game & Watch color that plays Super Mario Brothers 1. It also plays Mario Lost Levels. And then it plays like a Mario version of Ball, which was the Game & Watch where you just sort of juggle and you try and catch the balls and stuff. They didn't say a price, but so far it's looking like, I think it's 49.50 yen or 49.80 yen. That should translate to about $50 to US and probably about 45 pounds for UK. Is it pounds or euros? I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be about $50. So that's okay. I would love to have one of these. It is pounds, right? I would love to have one of these, but I know 100% this is buy it, test it on stream, put it back in the box, never play it again. There's no question that that's what this is. Despite that, I would like to have one anyway, but I'm not gonna buy one. That's just the way it is. This was my low point. Yeah, it's gonna be about 45 pounds in the UK. That's that's pretty much what it is. That's usually around that. Yeah, it's a waste of money. Yeah, I question. Hey, Sliner. I fall short of saying waste of money because buying video games in a way nowadays is a waste of money, right? Like we can emulate retro games, we can even emulate some more modern games. Like depending on how you look at it, a lot of it can be considered a waste of money. What I usually say is a novelty item or unnecessary collectible is really the best way to say it. Unnecessary collectible to me. There's nothing about this that says, I gotta get this and play it fast. But it's a cute collectible. If you've got disposable income, it might be something you want on your shelf. I'll tell you where this is good. I'll tell you where this thing actually works really well. It's up here. I'll tell you where it works really well. If you have a Game & Watch collection, if you are somebody who has wasn't there an actual Game & Watch Mario? Yes, I believe there was, but not like this. It was its own separate game. I think if you have a Game & Watch collection, this is definitely a buy. Because this is like, oh yeah, you gotta have this on your shelf with the other ones. 100%. You have to have it. But I don't feel like there are a lot of Game & Watch collectors out there. They're just very difficult to find, and even when you find them, they're a little bit pricey. I don't know. I'm not really sure that this is something that a lot of people are going to really want. Speculating a new piece of hardware to coincide with Mario. Yeah, they weren't specific enough. Yeah, we're getting a new system for Mario's 35th anniversary. I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, I saw a few in the box for like, that's like 90 pounds. Like 90 pounds, that's a lot for a handheld that you know is just going to sit on the shelf. That's like paying 90 pounds for a Tiger Electronic game. Like, oh, that's great. It's Castlevania or it's Sonic the Hedgehog. You're not really going to play it, though. It's going to sit on the shelf. You have to take the batteries out so they don't corrode. It's not really like that, right? Unnecessary collectible is probably the best label I can put onto it. But, you know, it's cute. That's what everybody wants. That's okay. This is the hot new system. Is this it just is like that meme where it's like, is this a butterfly? Is this the Switch Pro? Don't give them ideas. I still have the replica Game & Watch ball from Club Nintendo. Oh my god. What if they showed a collector's edition virtual board Mario games on it, like Mario Clash? Gorilla, that would be ridiculously silly. And at the same time, I would get it, not just because it's Virtual Boy, but because the Virtual Boy was kind of terrible. Maybe this version works better. Looks like an NES controller with the screen. Potato, that's pretty much what the Game & Watch games were. They were, as far as size and design go, they were basically NES controllers with a screen. Or it's probably more accurate to say that NES controllers were basically Game & Watches without a screen. That's probably more accurate. For Zelda 35th anniversary, a 3-pack of the CDI game. No, I told you what I want for the CDI games. I want them all meshed into one game, and I want the game to be called The Legend of Zelda: The Crystal Dream Initiative. And I want the lore to work into our main lore, but then I want it to be called Crystal Dream Initiative, so people have to say, "Have you played Zelda CDI?" That's it. We call it LTTP, we call it WW, we call it SS for Skyward Sword. We abbreviate it all the time. I want people to have to call it Zelda CDI. I think Zelda, the Virtual Boy was gimmicky though, which made it cool. I wish, Roll, that I could output my Virtual Boy's image to my computer so I would stream Virtual Boy games. I refuse to use. Yeah, Ryan. When I said SS, I was like, oh yeah, maybe we won't. Maybe we don't call it Skyward. Maybe we don't call it SS. Maybe we just call it Skyward Sword. Yeah, sorry about that. I do apologize. The CDI games will be the bridge to unite the timeline. You get to play Super Mario Sunshine on the All right. So the next item was Mario 3D World finally coming to the Switch with Bowser's Fury. I gotta be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of 3D World. I didn't really care too much. Tosses Wii U in the trash. That's sort of what I'm talking about. When it comes to one of the good things about Mario 3D World is that this is one of the last games that was on the Wii U that is now on the Switch. What I'm curious about now is okay, so Xenoblade X. Other than Xenoblade X, is there anything on the Wii U that we want on the Switch? I think we're done, right? Other than Xenoblade X, I think we're pretty much done. Devil's Third. People say the Zelda remaster. They're remasters. Fatal Frame. Oh, Fatal Frame. Maiden of the Blackwater. That wasn't anywhere else. Yeah, that was the 5th one, right? Maiden of the Blackwater. Wasn't that what it was called? Star Fox. Yeah, Star Fox. Star Fox, I'll give you that. Nintendo Land. The Zelda remix. But Star Fox Zero sucks. No, but what about the other one? What was the free game that came with it? Wasn't it like Star Fox? I don't know. What the heck was it called? Remember there was like a little mini game that came with it. Was like Slippy's Missions or something. Was that what it was? A tower defense game? Guard. That's what it was. It was Star Fox Guard. Color Splash. Wing Zero. Absolutely. Color Splash still needs to. All right. So we got Xenoblade Chronicles X. Color Splash. Whether you liked it or not. Color Splash. And Maiden of the Blackwater. Fatal Frame. Yeah, I guess that's really it. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Wii U edition. Was there a Wii U edition? Star Fox Guard with poorly named Uncle Grippy. What improvements would you have liked on the Super Mario 3D World? I don't know that there's improvements that I would care about. I think the problem is just I didn't like the game very much. I'm not a huge fan of that of isometric gameplay, which is not really isometric gameplay, but there's just something about it I didn't like. The new Mario stuff, I find the controls to be very floaty, and the characters to be very floaty and slippery. Like when you go to move your character, they're always kind of like they take a half a second to get going, and it kind of throws me off, and it really I don't like the whole new Super Mario Brothers franchise because of that. Because every time I move the character, it feels like my character like gets a little bit of a running start before they move, and so it feels unresponsive to me whenever I play new Super Mario Brothers. It feels unresponsive to me. Woolly World, yeah, but it got a 3DS release. But Woolly World, I'll take Woolly World, absolutely. I have to run out for a bit. No problem, Hero. We'll still be talking about this. Yeah, it's not as well structured as 64 or Galaxy. Yeah, Sliner, maybe we'll be talking about 64 and Galaxy in a little bit. According to GX, the Switch version is running faster. So that helps. All right, so if it moves a little faster. Look, Mighty Number 9. Nah. Well, Mighty Number 9 is also on other systems, so that doesn't really count. I'm talking about stuff that's only on the Wii U, that you need a Wii U to play, and we're almost out of games for that. We are almost at a point where your Wii U can go dead and no one will care. Splatoon 1, I wouldn't mind seeing some Splatoon 1. So just bring some of those maps over. Honestly, that's the best thing you could do to Splatoon right now, since they're pretty much done making real content for it. If they decided to make more content, bring all of the maps from Splatoon 1 over. I think that would be fantastic. All right, there we go. But yeah, so we're pretty much done with that, thanks to this. I don't need a port of Splatoon 1. I just need the music and the maps brought over to Splatoon 2. Maybe some of the weapons. And then this Bowser's Fury thing, I have no idea what this Bowser's Fury thing is. It looks like another dungeon. It looks like some sort of dungeon or some sort of game mode inside Mario 3D World. So we'll see what happens with that. I have a feeling that's what it is. I have a feeling it's a whole new map, like a whole new world. So that's fine, but I'm not too concerned. Yeah, Bowser's a furry. Then we got and I'm sure there was at least like 3 people out there who thought, oh, Greg's gonna like this one. Then we got I thought all the map. Yeah, Mr. L for Splatoon 2, they're pretty much done making content. Then we got Super Mario BR. Right? It's I refuse to really call it a real BR because it's only 35 people, so it's just multiplayer. But it is some sort of multiplayer Super Mario Brothers 1 mode. Like Tetris 99 again. Yeah, it really is. Kia, right down to there's in the presentation there's a little they show you this little icon that's up at the top where you can switch between, because you can, when you kill enemies, you send them over to your opponents, and you can pick which opponents you send them to. It's Tetris 99. That little icon, that little menu right there, it looks exactly like the one from Tetris 99. So it's exactly the same thing, only it's Super Mario Brothers. That being said, I'm gonna play it. However, there was an issue with this little thing right here that we're gonna talk about later, that I think a lot of people missed. Ryan, you got it. This is a timed thing. At the end of March of 2021, this goes away. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. That was something that was kind of thrown out there very quickly. I rewatched the presentation before we did the stream, and yeah, that is a timed thing. October 1st to March 31st is the only time you can get it. We think, but we're gonna move on. Hey, Trios, this I thought was super cool. This next thing I thought was super cool, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody seems to think that this is interesting. Nobody seems to care how it's going to work, what you're going to be able to do with it. I think it's cool. So this is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. And the idea is going to be that they are little RC cars with cameras on them that you are going to be able to see, most likely through your Switch, that you can drive around. And it uses AR, which I'm putting this out there. I've put this out there before. AR, which is augmented reality, I think is 100 times better than VR. I like AR better than VR. I think it's technology that should be explored more for gaming, but that's me. Not going to say anything about it. My apartment is 90% carpet. Ning Cobra, my house is carpet. My first floor is all carpet, and my upstairs is carpet. I was thinking about that, and it brought up an issue. So I want to know what you think about this issue too. Ronan, I don't have the space for this. This is actually part of the same issue. I think this is cool. I love the idea of a camera on an RC car that I can drive around and get the view of that and everything. I think it would be cool if it was VR, if we had a VR headset where I can put my Switch in and then I can drive it like that. I think that would be really cool. Nintendo, get it done, please. It's also kind of pricey. They're saying, was that what they're saying? $100? I saw somebody else said $100. I actually didn't see the price for this yet. Is that what they're saying that it's gonna? I'll be honest, $100 just to have a cool little car that you drive around. Because RC cars like this are actually very expensive. If you've ever looked into the world of RC racing and stuff like that, it actually gets very expensive. So $100 for a relatively decent RC car with a camera on it is not actually too bad. One of the issues that I want to see Sage as a track hazard. One of the issues that I have with this, and it's been brought up, you guys just brought it up a minute ago, are I have carpets on my floors, and I don't have a lot of space. That made me question something very interesting. Number one, I'd like to know how the maps are drawn. I'd like to know if because you're going to get these cardboard checkpoints that you're going to set up, and I don't know if it's going to draw a map for you or if you are going to be able to draw your own maps. What I'm wondering is, and pets, what I'm wondering is, can I use this outside? Can I go and meet up with other people at a parking lot and set up our checkpoints and draw a map and go... Shadow, go to conventions where they've got a big open space on a flat floor and have actual Mario Kart races in real life with the image being projected on screens. I just think that there's a lot of potential with this, and nobody's talking about it. Also, does the RC car break easy? I'll be honest, Ronan. I don't think these look like they break easily. These look like those Tyco toys that you give to 2-year-olds that are meant to survive being thrown down the stairs. These look super strong. I would wait to see in person what they are like as far as their durability, but they look, or Tonka. No. We have Tyco. No. Tyco. Tyco. We have Tyco. No, Tyco like that is a drum. Tyco is a brand in the US that I think they make durable toys. I think Tyco makes durable toys. They're the Nokia of RC cars. Yeah, if that's the case, then Sondox, if they're the Nokia of RC cars, you might not even be allowed to drive them on the highway because they're too dangerous. Because if they hit somebody else, they're gonna get destroyed. That's the thing, potential. Yeah, Ryan. And Ryan, and I'm okay with waiting to see. I'm okay with saying, okay, I have a lot of interest, but I want to wait to see how it pans out. But I just feel like nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying, like, is there anybody else other than me who thinks it's a cool idea? I feel like the only person in the world that thinks this is a cool idea. But that's just me. I mean, at the very least, I would probably have the car and just drive. Okay, we made a comment about driving around or being at a convention. What if you just drive it at a convention, you know, like a wide open space, you driving around and you get I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. I think it's cool. Yeah, I don't have room for it, but feels like a little toy for kids for the holiday. Oh, they all feel like little toy. Yeah, they really do though. I don't know, the camera gives it some the camera makes it feel like it's got some adult ability to it. Maybe that ever worked on phones too in some way. Or you, honestly, Mr. Elv, you could just project. What I would like to do, somebody made a comment a little while ago about house tour through the car. I think that would be cool. If I could project the image of the camera to the computer and then stream it, we could do like, hey, let's drive around my living room and I'll have obstacles and stuff set up and you all can watch. I think that would be kind of cool. No, I'm totally on board with this, but I also have Mario Kart 8. I don't know. I just think it's a cool idea. This is one of those things where I think it's a cool idea how it's implemented. Yeah, you're right. If I project the image to the Switch, I would just be streaming the Switch itself, so it would actually work. What do you do if your pets get in the way? Running, you run them down. Toad Highway in real life, put it actually on the highway. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that there's a cool idea here, and I think that, and that's the thing. When I say that nobody's talking about it, I feel like nobody's talking about it one way or the other. I don't see anybody saying, "Hey, this is a cool idea," but I don't see anybody saying this is a stupid idea. I just don't see anybody talking about it, and I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me, considering I think it's an okay idea. They could release other characters. They could do this for other games. How about Thorn? Are you ready? Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready for what I'm about to say? Because if you're wearing socks, I'm about to blow them off. What if you do this with drones and you make a Star Fox AR game? Right? You do this with drones. You make incredibly durable drones. You put cameras on them. You give them AR compatibility. And you create situations where you can go to the park, set up rings to fly through, like Superman 64, or like a Star Fox game. And you do AR drone Star Fox races. Boom. Just I'll use the car, drive around the house. Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be cool. I think it would be fine. Do Star Fox or F-Zero. but I think Ryan would throw a fit if they made it. If the next F-Zero game was Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, but with F-Zero vehicles, I think Ryan would. I think at this point, since I mentioned Ryan, I will fly to Japan and punch Miyamoto in the face for that. Ryan, I was gonna say that you were gonna fly here and punch me in the face for even mentioning it. I don't know. I just think there's potential here for a good idea. Yeah, it reminds me that Nintendo used to be a toy company, and they aren't completely not anymore. You know, people who talk about the idea that Nintendo doesn't make toys; they make video games. We have shelves full of Amiibo. They linked up with that company and made Starlink. They started by making other things. The World of Nintendo little figurines. This little guy right here is a World of Nintendo figurine. These are Amiibo's best competition, and they're made by Nintendo. Nintendo makes toys. They just don't make a lot of them. Ultra Hand, anyone? I gotta figure out why these words are being blocked. What word did that block? Oh, bad shit. Okay, that makes sense. I just think there's potential there. But we're gonna move on. Then, okay, so I use this picture, but the next part of the presentation was about it was basically just it was sort of a what do you say? Like a sizzle reel of stuff that's coming. Basically, what's going to happen is for the next few months, for the next like 6 months, we're going to get more stuff. There's going to be a lot more stuff to celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary. There is going to be a Mario themed Splatfest for Splatoon 2. There's going to be Mario items are coming to Animal Crossing. They're gonna do promotions with different clothing brands. There was like a romper or something that was like Mario themed. There were the sneakers, which I chose the sneakers for a specific reason. For this picture. So basically, for the next 6 months, there is the potential for more Mario stuff popping up at any point. Which is kind of cool. I like that they said it, but they were kind of vague on it, so we're not really expecting anything. But we know that there's something that's going to come up. I chose these sneakers. The reason I chose these sneakers was because these sneakers got leaked a few days ago. A lot of us, I don't know if a lot of you have seen it. I saw these sneakers like Tuesday. There was a release. Puma actually made some sort of mistake, and they released these sneakers. They released an image of these sneakers. I am not a sneaker guy. I am not. There are sneakerheads out there who will wait in line for hours and days for sneakers that they don't intend to wear. Like, there are hardcore sneakerheads out there. I am not a hardcore sneakerhead. I probably need to buy a pair of sneakers right now because my sneakers have like a hole in them, and I honestly just don't care. I like these. I actually really like these. I think that they are garish in their color scheme, but I like them. I would love to have a pair of these. My problem is they're $125. I cannot swing $125 for a pair of sneakers that I am going to destroy or wear once in a while. Like, I would wear these to a convention because they're cool. They're Mario themed. You know, you definitely wear them to a convention. I would not wear these day to day. So they are really a collectible. Yeah, I was looking. I didn't know until before the stream started. I was looking up everything. I think they're supposed to be at $125. I think is what the pricing is going to be. It's funny, at $125. Yes, I do see why sneakerheads buy sneakers and don't wear them. Yeah. How much? I didn't see the overalls outfit. I saw the overalls outfit, but I didn't see the pricing on it. I only saw the price for the sneakers because I went looking for an image, and this was the image I found. Yeah, wait, $125 for a single pair of sneakers. That's low when you talk about collectible sneakers. What? How about let's play a game. Would you all like to play a game with me? Let's play a game right now. I would like you all to go right now, and I would like you to open up your search engine, your Googles. Or the two of you that probably use Bing, I would like you to open up your search engine, and I'm being serious, And I would like you to search for the Back to the Future sneakers that were released some years ago. I think it was in 2015. They released collectible Back to the Future sneakers that were Marty McFly's sneakers from the 2015 with the power laces. They unfortunately, I don't think they had power laces. I think they were just Velcro, but they did light up. They had all of the lights on them and stuff. I would like for you to search for those sneakers, and I would like for you to see how much they were and how much it would cost if you wanted to get a legit pair of them right now. They are insane. Insane prices. Did everybody see? What did we get? What results did we find? Those shoes are going for $236. Mega, if you're talking about the Back to the Future sneakers and you're talking about the actual sneakers, like not knockoff versions, they are not $236. You are missing a few digits. $50,000. The last time I saw them, they were going for $25K. They were going for $25,000. Look, $60,000. $80,000. Yeah. The actual officially released pairs of those sneakers were in the tens of thousands of dollars. I think when they were released, like right after they were released, they were sold for that much money. Yeah. So sneakers. So when you say $125 for a pair of sneakers, that's very expensive for me. But when it comes to sneakerheads, it's actually not. How many pairs did they sell? I think it was only like 1,000 or 2,000. I don't think it was that many pairs of those sneakers. I'm talking out of my ass, but I know that it was not a lot of those sneakers. But yeah. So sneakerheads spend a lot of money. So sneakerheads have cash, and people know it. People who make these things, they know that sneakerheads have money, so they make collectible sneakers for them. It's alien to me to buy anything that price that doesn't contain a microchip. Mr. L, who says it doesn't? I see you, FBI. I think I saw Michael J. Fox. Well, Michael J. Fox can afford a pair of them. They probably sent him one. I would be upset with the sneaker company if you make exclusive Marty McFly Back to the Future 2015 sneakers and you don't send Michael J. Fox a pair of those sneakers. I would be very much annoyed. The Nike Air Max is still in stock. All right. So moving on from that, a very quick drop, which was Mario All-Stars, was dropped onto the Nintendo Switch online store. So I guess this counts as their game to release for the summer. So we have to get through to the end of fall in order to get some games on the Switch Online app. So that's kind of sad. They didn't send him a pair because they knew he could pay for them. Yeah. Pat's my NES cart of All-Stars Plus World. Yeah, you know what, Ryan? My first thought was, why didn't they do the All-Stars Plus World? And it's like, because you're an idiot, because World is already on there. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's just a nice little addition. They threw that in there. I think I'll tell you what I wouldn't mind seeing them do remember the Wii had like the 25th or the 30th anniversary, whatever that was. I think it was 25th anniversary. I wouldn't mind seeing them re-release something like that for the Switch with the old games on it. I think that would be kind of cool. They hate the Luigi sprite. All-Stars is great. I'll be honest. Unless you're playing for nostalgia reasons, unless you're playing for the classic aspect of it, like I'm playing the actual Super Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo is the optimal way to play those games. Ryan, we are the same person. I think Ryan and me are the same exact person. I question whether or not I've ever seen us in the same room together. Yeah, because they are the optimal way to play those games is through the All-Stars collection. Hey, Greg, I just got here. I was taking a nap. What's going on, Sphere? You mean the tiny KB ROM on the giant MB disc? Doesn't All-Stars version of World have alteration? Well, the whole Mr. L, the whole thing is altered. The version of World. I don't know. That's a good question. Does the Mario All-Stars plus World version of World have differences? I thought it was the same exact game. Do you like the deluxe game on Game Boy Color? It was okay. it was okay. It's just the Game Boy Color. It's kind of hard to play that anymore. Oh yeah, the world. Okay, so the world version has a few different sprites like Luigi. Oh, I gotta play that. I gotta play them side by side and see what they look like. Oh, I didn't know that. I actually did not know that those sprites were. I mean, when's the last time I played Luigi? Sorry, Luigi. I love you, but you are the second player. That would be nice for me to be able to just play Luigi first. I think that would be kind of cool. All Stars is why I don't care for Mario World art style. Yeah, I thought Mario All Stars was the best way to play that game. But second is Silver, absolutely. So why shouldn't Silver come first every once in a while? I don't know. Getting heated, getting fired up. But yeah, I thought this was a cute little addition. I thought it was a quick throwaway thing. Like, oh, by the way, we're putting that on the shop. I thought that would be kind of fun. All right. We got one more thing to talk about. Here we go. Oh, boy. All right. So the last announcement was Mario 3D All-Stars, which is a collection of 3 Mario 3D games. The biggest, I guess I want to say the biggest, but I guess the only, right? Like other than Odyssey, these are the Mario 3D games. I think this is a very cool idea. I think this is fantastic. I love this idea. I question $60, but I still think it's a great idea. I think it's 3 full-size games. I would like to know what else is on there. See, because that's the thing. Let's talk about the first thing. The first thing that's pissing people off is not the biggest thing, but the first thing that's pissing people off is that people are like, oh, it's ports. It's just 3 ports of games, and they're charging us $60 for them. This is 3 ports of full games. They did up the resolution. I have a problem with the fact that they did not up the frame rate. I would like to see 64 and Sunshine running at 60 frames per second. Galaxy is running at 60 frames per second. I would like to see the other 2 running at 60 frames per second. I think that that's something that could have been done very easily, and I think that there's no justifiable reason that it shouldn't be running at 60 frames. So I have a problem with that. I like the upped resolution. I don't care that they're not remasters. I've actually seen people say, I can't believe they're just ports and not remasters. No, this is fine. Them being ports is totally fine. I wish they were running at a higher frame rate, but the higher resolution is okay. Where does it say it's not 60 frames per second? Wing, I think it was confirmed, but if you look at the trailer for them, you can tell if you are tuned to looking at frame rates and stuff, you can tell that the first 2 are 30 and the Galaxy is 60. You can actually tell. But I think it was actually confirmed. I think there was if somebody could find that would be great. But I think it was confirmed that they were 60 frames per second. Yeah, 64 and Sunshine never ran at 60 frames. That's Ryan, that's sort of my only defense for them, is that they weren't 60 frames games. So I don't care too much. It just would have been a nice thing to have. I would have been more upset if they didn't up the resolution. That would have bothered me. But they did. They upped the resolution, so I'm okay with that. They're also widescreen, which is very important. I think that's extremely important. So they did that. But I think that they're okay. I mean, you're talking about if these 3 games released separately at $20 a piece, I think people would have been happy. People probably would have complained a little bit about Mario 64 being $20, but I think Sunshine and Galaxy at $20 a piece would have been totally fine. So I think that the price is pretty much okay. We also don't know what else is coming with these. At this point, it looks just like the game, but what is on the game could be something different. We could plug this into our system and there's a bunch of featurettes about the making of all 3 of these games. We actually just don't know. This is where my brain starts to say, let's wait and see. Before we jump to any crazy conclusions, let's wait and see what else we're getting with all of this stuff, because it's only 2 weeks from now, but we might actually get some cool stuff. And yes, we did get confirmation that all 3 of these are going to have their soundtracks on there. That's a big get. Soundtrack get. Boom. That's a big thing. So, I would like to have had them separately on a 3 CD pack or something like that. But the fact that we even have the music is full soundtracks are available. I would like for them to come with this though. I would like for them to come with this as a collection. But like as a separate like disc thing. But the fact that they're on there is actually very good. I wonder if they can Ronan, one of the things that I've heard so much about Mario 64, the actual original Mario 64, is that people hated the camera. People said that the camera moved very poorly. This camera is probably going to move 1,000 times better. 100% all games. Mr. L, I don't think that that's going to happen. But at this point, we kind of can't say that it won't, right? We actually kind of can't say that. Yeah, it's a day one buy. I mean, as much as we're complaining, we already bought it. Most of us already pre-ordered it. Silver Gunner version of Delfino Plaza that just repeats the opening. Boom. Isn't that one that like Ryan? I saw. Was it Silver Gunner that did Delfino Plaza theme, but it never starts. So it's just and then that's it. It just keeps going and the song never actually starts. Yeah, I did see that. That's good. But yeah, like I pre-ordered mine. I prepaid for it. So on the 18th I'll go to Best Buy and pick it up. I knew we were gonna do that, even though I'm probably not even gonna play it. I honestly might not even play it. But I think that it's still a wait and see. I think it's still, there might be more stuff with it. For all we know, they're going to say something. For all we know, Ryan, could you imagine on the 17th, they announced to everybody, oh, by the way, Galaxy 2's on there also. I think people would throw a fit. But at the same time, people would be very, very happy. Like, could you imagine if they did that? They won't, but could you imagine it? But then we get to the real problem. Then we get to the biggest issue, which is these are timed availability. These games are going to be available starting September 18th, which is actually very soon. I'm very happy about that. They will probably be sold out of physical copies before March 31st of next year. They're more than likely they're printing a very limited amount of these, or they're going to print a few million of these. I would not be surprised if they print about 5-10 million of these, and then that's it. Which that sounds crazy, but when you consider there's something like 60 million Switches out there, 10 million copies of this, it would be kind of low. But I really think that they are going to that there's going to be a lot of copies of this, but I do think they're going to sell out before the end of March of next year. But at the end of March of next year, the digital copy will also be removed from the shop, is what they're saying. They're saying that, later flip note, they're saying that they're going to remove that from the shop. It is a really crappy business practice to tell people, hey, you've got 6 months to buy. Legend of Daniel, thank you so much for the 20 bits. You wonder if these will lead into Odyssey 2 or another 3D Mario game. No, I don't think so, but I do think I have an idea of what's going to happen, little Daniel. Thank you for the 20 bits, by the way. I very strongly, I have a few theories about what's going to happen. I am very strongly convinced of the first theory that is going to happen, which is on March 31st, 2021, they are going to remove Mario 3D All-Stars from the eShop. And April 1st, they are going to put up Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy 1 separately for $20 a piece on the eShop. I am 100% convinced that they're going to sell them for that. I would not actually be surprised if 64 is only $10. The other two are $20. But because you're not buying the collection, you're not getting the soundtracks, and you're not getting any other supplemental material that is on the 3D collection. You're not going to, if there are featurettes about the making of those games on the collection, you're not going to get those. You're obviously not going to get the soundtracks. You're not going to have any sort of artwork that comes with maybe there's a little booklet inside. Like, we actually don't know. We haven't seen the full package yet, is sort of my point, is that we haven't actually seen, we've seen what we're pretty sure is the cover of the game, but we don't know if that's it. That might be part of a box. That might be part of a box set that comes with other things. We don't know yet. And now I am, if you guys have known me long enough to know that I am very, very steadfast on the idea that we don't know. So I refuse to say that I know until we know. Until it's in my hands, I refuse to say it is only going to be this or it's only going to be that. No way they're going to sell 64 for 10. I think they will. I think they can. I think, Bobo, I think they can, just because I think they know that if they sell 64 for $20, people are going to be pissed off. I think people will be happy with 64 for $10, Sunshine for $20, Galaxy One for $20. I think everybody would be very happy with that pricing. I think that's a fantastic pricing structure. I agree with you on how that will go. Yeah, absolutely. Here is my out there prediction. This is that first one. I'm like 100% sure. I'm 100% sure that those games are going to go. That everybody's saying that these games are limited availability. I don't think they're limited availability. I think the Super Mario Brothers 3D All-Stars 35th Anniversary Collection is a limited availability item. I believe that the individual games will be available on their own after that. And we have seen this before. Apparently, Sliner, I gotta go get some sleep. Thank you so much, Sliner. Thank you for stopping in. Very much appreciate that. We have actually seen this before. Somebody reminded me that the Wii Mario Anniversary Collection was also a limited availability item. I'm pretty sure the Kirby Collection was a limited availability item, which I'm sad that I missed that one. And those games, the individual games were made available after. The Resident Evil collection, even modern stuff, the Resident Evil 1 and 2 collection, I think it was, or 0 and 1, when they released it, they also released the games individually. Bayonetta 2, for anybody that doesn't remember, Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U came with Bayonetta 1. But you could actually buy them separately. And if you bought them separately, they altered the pricing structure depending on whether you already had one of the games, so that even if you bought them digitally, you were only paying $60 for those games. They have been known to do this. They have been known to put collections together, but then sell the collection games individually later on. So there is a basis for this. There is absolutely a basis for this. My out there theory is that when this becomes separated and available, that is when they will release Galaxy 2 for $20. I feel like that's a little bit out there. The so far out there, it's in another Galaxy theory, is that when they release Galaxy 2, it will be $20 unless you have the 3D All-Stars collection, in which case Galaxy 2 is a free download. That's my out there, way far, no one can even see it with a high-powered telescope idea, is that Mario Galaxy 2 becomes free DLC for your Mario 35th Anniversary Collection Pack. Or you can just buy it separately alongside the other games. So what Shovel Knight did. Yeah, Shovel Knight released all the Plague Knight stuff, right? All of that, the Treasure Trove and all of that, or whatever the heck it was called, as paid DLC. But if you had the original game, you got it for free or something, right? Isn't that how it worked? I don't know. They did. I remember they did something about it. They might hold back Mario 64 for the online service if they add N64 support. I wonder. That's an idea. That's an idea, Mr. L. But what about physical copy owners? That Sondox, that's what I mean. For digital and physical. It would basically be a free digital download that adds to your game. It would be a patch upgrade for your physical copy or your digital copy. So you would not have it as a separate thing. Like, you wouldn't go to your online. No. Here's what I mean. Yeah, it's gonna be digital no matter what. This is what I mean with the Galaxy 2. You would still go to Mario 35th All Stars or 3D All Stars icon, and then in that icon you go to your menu, and your menu has 64, Sunshine, Galaxy. If you have the All Stars collection, it will be a patch upgrade that adds Galaxy 2 to your game. That's what I think. Again, this is the far out there. It's in another galaxy, ironically enough, a possibility. Only thing I want to notice is more GCN releases. Yeah. And Ryan, I think that they would use this as a stepping stone. Like, that's a good idea, Mr. L. They might hold it back for Mario 64 for the online service. When they separate these games and sell them separately, what if they don't sell you Mario 64? What if you can only buy Sunshine, Galaxy 1, and Galaxy 2, but if you want 64, that is the beginning of the Nintendo Switch Online N64 app. So these games are still available, but you would have to go a more roundabout way to get them. So basically, owning the 35th anniversary collection is just a convenience. Like, you would still have it, but you could still get all of the games individually. I don't think this is a bad idea. I actually don't think this is a horrible idea. And I feel like there's precedent for this. I feel like we have seen Nintendo do stuff like this before. So I don't think it's outside, because you see every once in a while people are like, Nintendo's not going to do that. Nintendo has literally done that before. They have literally had collections of games that they have then later parsed out and sold in separate ways, which you can complain all you want, but there's a lot of people who only want Sunshine and don't care about Mario 64 and don't care about owning Galaxy. They just want Mario Sunshine. Separating these games and selling it to them like that would make them happy. F-Zero would be amazing on a Switch. Yeah, it absolutely would. We wouldn't get N64 on the service this year. No, Mr. L. But it would be next year. It would be after March 31st when they stop selling the 3D All-Stars collection, and then they would say, oh, by the way, April 1st, the Nintendo Switch Online app for Nintendo 64 is going to be available. It's going to drop April 1st, and it's going to have Mario 64 on it. So you're going to get Mario 64 for free if you have the app. It's not a bad idea. A lot of the time I come up with these ideas. I always come up with these really far-fetched ideas, and then every once in a while I come up with these ideas that I honestly think it doesn't really sound that crazy. But why April 1st? Why April 1st? Because they're saying March 31st is the last day that these are going to be available. So April 1st is going to be the first day that the 3D Anniversary Collection is not in the eShop and you can't buy it. So that's your cutoff point. So I honestly think that it's going to be March 31st is your last chance to buy 3D All-Stars, and then April 1st, the next day, they're going to separate everything. They're going to separate the games. Why March 1st? March 31st is technically the end of a lot of businesses' fiscal years. I don't know why it works that way or how it works that way. Why are these words being blocked? Fools? I guess because of fools. Are you serious? Yeah. March 31st is the end of fiscal. I think it's the end of fiscal of the full fiscal year for a lot of companies. Yeah, I don't really get it. But it is. Yeah, Automod blocking the word fools. Automod, what's up with you? Yeah, end of March is fiscal. So I understand that. I completely understand that. I don't question the timing. I don't question that at all. Yeah, I think I need to lower it or something. I guess this is a Christian stream now. Yeah, right. We're the Christian stream where we can't call people fools. Yeah, I honestly, yeah, Thorn, that's an excellent point. March 10 is Mario Day. Unless you live in the UK, in which case it's Iomar Day. But yeah, March 10th is a good day for them to do one last wave of Mario stuff. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I pity the redacted. I pity the. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get banned if I say that. I would expect them to reveal N64 servers April 2nd. Well, no. Okay, so April 1st, I know we gagged that it's April Fool's Day. Didn't they release? Wasn't there a direct on April 1st this past year or the year before? Didn't they do that? Like, I could swear we just recently had something like that where it was April 1st and we got some sort of announcement. Or was it Sony? Did Sony do that? There wasn't 2018. Okay, so in 2018, God, I have no concept of time anymore. So 2018. Yeah, so April 1st is not April Fool's Day for everybody. Simpsons chanting. Now who's laughing? Hold on. April 1st direct. April 1st direct. Was it 2019? 2019. We had a Smash Brothers Direct on April 1st, 2019. Yeah. Close that window. All right, buddy. 10 more, that is. Yeah. So the April 1st thing is not, it's not, no one really takes that seriously, right? We all make April Fool's jokes and then nobody does anything for April Fool. Is there an April Fool's Day in the UK? Like, do people in the UK listen to people in the US say April Fools? And the UK people are like, the hell are you talking about? Oh, you do have it. Okay, so you do have it. I don't know. You don't have Thanksgiving, so I wasn't really sure. Yeah, 2020. Listen, 2020 is April Fool's year. All right, we've got enough. We're gonna have 365 foolish days. We don't need any more. We're good for another 3 centuries of April Fool's days. April Fool's is universal. I wonder if the reasoning for it is universal. I always heard that the reasoning for it was actually pretty crappy. Nintendo just posted a video of the unboxing of Mario. They did? Really? Hold on a second here. Hold on. Breaking news. Breaking news. Hold on a second here. YouTube. Oh, they did. Holy smokes. It's a 12-minute video. Oh my God. This is going to be boring.
I'm not very good at this.
Oh my God. Shush. You were loud. Hold on a second here. We're going to turn you down a little bit. I'm going to skim through this.
Remember.
Really fast. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Can we watch this? Can we watch? It's like 12 minutes long. Are we allowed to watch this on stream? I hope there's no music or anything. I think we're going to risk it. I don't see why. Right. Because when I post this on YouTube, if I ever get around to it, I don't want to get DMCA. There's nothing inside. It's just the game. Is it really? Hold on. Let's take a look. I'm going to skim through it really fast. Skim it. Yeah. So it looks, so it looks like just the game. No, wait, hold on. There's something there. What's that? Whoa. What's this?
And be right back.
Oh, it's a big box and it's heavy.
Look
at that.
What is this?
It is, yeah.
Hold on.
Now,
I apologize.
Really special for you because you are a self-proclaimed.
Oh, shush. What is this? Oh, this is the sneaker box. This is the box for the sneakers. Oh, I gotta watch this later because I do like the sneakers. Yeah. Okay. So so the game is just the game. All right. So F me basically. So there's nothing inside. It's just the game. Fine. F you. Whatever. Hey, CC. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like it's just the game. There's cool artwork inside. There's cool pictures throughout the ages. So yeah. But the sneaker box looked kind of cool. So we'll have to go and watch that. NBA Jam. It's gotta be the shoes. So yeah. So they just posted a video for that. So after the stream, I'll go and watch that. But yeah. So it looks like it is just the game. So sad L. What do we type there? It's just going to be the game. There's not going to be any special pack-ins. Do we type L or F? I actually don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What would you say? What do you think? Do you think we say F or do we say L? We say F. All right, everybody. We're looking like F. I think that's going to be what's on my headstone when I die. I think it's just going to be like my name, my lived from this year to this time, and then just a big F. W. look, Dragon is like I didn't want any extras. W. Oh, it's getting late. Sorry. Thank you, Thorn, for stopping in. Have a good one. I very much appreciate you stopping in here. How did a meme become so disastrous, untasteful to those? Wait. Can I be real here? How did a meme being so disastrously untasteful to those who gave their lives become an actual way to communicate online? Because Ryan, that started as a Call of Duty thing, right? I think we talked about this. That didn't F to pay respect. Isn't that a Call of Duty joke? That's actually what that's from, right? At the end of Modern Warfare, yeah. At the end of Modern Warfare, there's a massive twist where your characters die, which I've watched that video of that twist, by the way, and I know that not everybody, they're not Call of Duty fans here, but I watched the ending of that game. I think it was Modern Warfare 2. I watched the ending of that, and holy crap! Thank God I don't play that game, because I think I would have been broken for like days if I had seen that as the ending of the game. But then in that game, you're supposed to be paying respects to the soldier characters, and there's a button to press F for respect. It kind of reminds me of press X to Jason. But yeah, it was Modern Warfare. It was a shocking twist. I've seen video of it. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. But yeah, it's kind of wild. It's so wild that to press X to Jason is inherently silly, though. Yeah, I guess so. And that's the thing, Ryan. I don't take it as a disrespect for actual fallen soldiers. I take it as a joke about a moment in a video game. Like, that's how I look at it as. Which Modern Warfare? It might have been Modern Warfare 2. Somebody would have to look that up, unless it was the original Modern Warfare. I'm not too familiar with my Call of Duties. I'm sure that everyone's happy for Mario Sunshine being on the Switch. Yeah, good time. Chaos, I never played it. I have never played through Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine. I have them. I just never played through them. So who knows? We might get a playthrough of them. I don't know. But press F was was Advanced Warfare. Oh, was it Advanced Warfare? Okay, I thought it was Modern Warfare. All right, my bad. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Call of Duty with Kevin Spacey. Okay, the one with the nuke was Modern Warfare 1. The one where Ghost got killed. Oh, so it's Modern Warfare. So wasn't that Modern Warfare 2? Then it was Modern Warfare 2 where press F for respect started, right? I don't know. We'll look it up. We're not big on the Call of Duty lore here, so I apologize. Mario Sunshine was one of the first games I ever played. I played through Mario 64, never beat the original. I've only beaten the DS remake. I have the DS remake. Everybody told me to play that one instead, but I just play it on the small screen. After a while, all Call of Duties kind of blend together. Yeah, unless they separate them by World War 1 or 2 and modern fighting, it does kind of all blend together. I mean, I play a lot of Warzone. Modern Warfare 1 was the nuke twist and the one which actually worked. Modern Warfare 2 had the no Russian mission intentionally to try and cause controversy. Well, there was controversy with warfare, with the current Modern Warfare, that there were people in Russia that were upset because it was like the enemies were Russian themed in this current Modern Warfare, but the place where the map is, which is called Verdansk, it's not a real place. It's just made up. But the whole thing is blatantly Russian themed. Like it's 100% Russian themed, but they created Verdansk, however, for the game itself. Modern Warfare 2 had the no Russian mission. Do you think Nintendo might patch 64 in any way? I don't think so. I don't think they will. I don't think they're gonna patch anything in or out. So we'll see, Marcos, if the Green Demon actually still works in Mario 64. We'll see. Yeah, it's Russian themed for definite. Yeah, it 100% is. Level 44, what's going on? How dare you, good sir? Chuckster. So all in all, do I have any more pictures? Can I loop around? So all in all, Mario 35th anniversary direct. I was not happy with the shadow drop of it, like a 100% drop. I would have been happier if they said, "Hey, in an hour, we're gonna stream. We're gonna make a Mario 35th anniversary direct." I would have been fine with that, but they just sort of put it on YouTube, and that kind of bothered me. But other than that, you know, we got the Game & Watch. We got 3D World plus Fury, Bowser's Fury. We got Super Mario Brothers BR. We got Mario Kart Live AR Racing. We got a bunch of other cool stuff, including a very cool looking pair of sneakers, in my opinion. Mario All-Stars on the Switch Online app. And 3 fantastic of 3D Mario games and 1 completely forgotten. Yeah, all in all, I thought it was a good direct. I think that it was marred by the whole limited time release thing. I think, and I do think that it is a problem. I do think that it comes across as a very shady business tactic. But when you remove that reality, I think that it was a very good direct. I think that it was very, very interesting. And I'm interested to see what other cool stuff we get from it. That's the pin set. I thought that the enamel pins looked really cool. They showed the Legos. They showed the Lego sets. I still feel like it needed some reveal of an actual new game to really see it. I don't think, Ryan, I don't think it needed a new game. Mostly because this wasn't about Mario, right? Like this direct wasn't about Mario. It was about Mario's 35th anniversary. And I don't think a new game is necessary to celebrate the anniversary, because that would be celebrating something new. If this was just a Mario direct, I would say absolutely they need to talk about a new game. But I think it's fine that they only talked about Mario's history and they only showed stuff with Mario's history. If I do have a gripe other than the main gripe that everybody else has, I would say that as a collection item, the 3D All-Stars is very lacking. The fact that it's just a case with a game and the cover is bothersome to me. I think that there should be, even if it's a small art book that's in the case, I think there should be an art book. I like that the soundtracks are on the game, but I do wish that there was a separate physical soundtrack that came with it. Yes, I know everybody's telling me that you can buy the soundtrack, but it does not come with this collection. And that's what I'm talking about. I think that you should be able to go to a store and buy a 35th anniversary box set that comes with a bunch of different things. So the fact that it's just the game is kind of a letdown to me. But the game that it is fantastic. Kirby's 20th anniversary collection was handled very well. I even think the Mario anniversary, was that 25? Was that 20 or 25? I think that was very well done. 25. Are we going to ignore how COVID messed up the celebration plan? Bobo, I don't know that it did. I question whether or not it did. All of this stuff seems to be coming out exactly around the time that it should be for the Mario celebration. I think it ruined any physical celebrations. I think that it's sad that on September 18th, when the Mario 3D All-Stars comes out, I think the Nintendo store would have had a big giant blowout event. And they can't. Like all of the Nintendo stores, I think would have had huge blowout events for that. And they can't do that. So I think that's a sort of letdown. But as far as the release of celebratory items and stuff, I don't think that was hindered too badly. Where's the 3D collection for Sonic's anniversary? You got to talk to Sega. Despite my misgivings, Zero ZX Legacy Collection was handled very well, in my opinion. And that, well, the thing about the Legacy Collection level 44 is that wasn't really I don't think that was supposed to be released to celebrate any milestone in the Mega Man franchise. I think that was just a collection. This is a collection that is specifically being released to celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary. So in that regard, I actually think that limiting its availability as far as time goes does kind of make sense. It's all reusing old games. No way COVID had anything. Yeah. The COVID did not. I don't think COVID affected this stuff in any way whatsoever. My only problem is that I already had all 6 on my DS. But playing on the DS isn't the same as playing on the Switch. it's really not. That and 44. That's always a pet peeve of mine when people say stuff like that. Which is fine. I don't mean to be singling you out or anything, but because people always do this stuff, right? They always say like, "Oh, why is it coming out on the Switch? I can already get it on my 3DS." The 3DS is clearly not the Switch. On the 3DS, you have to play it on a screen this big. On the Switch, you get to play it on a slightly bigger screen, or you get to play it on your TV. You get to play it with a real controller. Like there are obvious advantages to playing it on the Switch as opposed to playing it on a DS or a 3DS that if you don't see, you're clearly just ignoring. So those arguments to me are always kind of like, I mean, it's not really, like some people were saying, well, why would I want these games on the Switch? They're already on all their systems. Well, right off the bat, the portability. You know, the Switch's biggest, most gigantic selling point is the portability of these games. So right off the bat, you've got extremely playable versions of all three of these very well-beloved games on the Switch, on a handheld, on a very capable handheld system.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Oh, that and less reason to have tons of systems hooked up in it. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, Galaxy on the Go is awesome. Nightwing 12745. Thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. Welcome to the conversation. COVID affected the release of this stuff. The theme park in the Olympics. Marcos, but that's what I mean. I don't think that COVID affected the release of these items. I think that COVID affected the external celebrations that would have taken place. The stuff at the theme parks, the celebrations at the Nintendo stores. I think that stuff was affected by COVID. But the release of this game, the release of the Puma sneakers, the release of the pins and all of that stuff, I don't think any of that stuff was affected whatsoever. I think that the external celebrations were affected. Nightwing, have you stopped being Rick yet? But yeah, Mario 35th anniversary, and can we get a round of applause for 35 years of good or at least playable Mario games, right? Like even the worst Mario games were decent games. We don't need Sonic 3. It's already on all console. No, what we need is Sonic 3 and Knuckles combined with all the original music and stuff. That's what we need. I mean, if we want to be real, Mario's been around. Yeah, it's been around. Well, no, I guess we have to. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. You're actually kind of right there. No sticker star. You're actually kind of right. Mario has been around for. When did Mario Brothers get released? Because I don't count Donkey Kong. I don't count Donkey Kong because he wasn't Mario yet. He was Jumpman. Mario Brothers was 83. Yeah, because he wasn't Mario in Donkey Kong until later. He was Jumpman in Donkey Kong. He wasn't Mario until Mario Brothers. 83. So 83 really. So what we're celebrating here is Super Mario Brothers, which makes sense because they do call it Super Mario Brothers Anniversary. A round of applause for Sonic still being here. It's still the same character though. Smash says it counts in the Pac-Man trailer. You know what that is, Ryan? And we are not going to get into this at all. This is the chicken and the egg. That's exactly what this is. The first time he was called Mario was in Mario Brothers, but the first time we saw that character was in Donkey Kong. So which one came first, the chicken or the egg? We are not going to get into that discussion here, but the answer is the egg. No, you know what? A round of applause for Rayman serving drinks at the bar. How about a round of applause for Rayman immediately abandoning its own art style, like early on, or its graphic style, right? Like early on. It was like a sprite-based 2D game, and then it stopped that real fast. Actually,
your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Killer Nick 9000, thank you so much for the follow. Killer Nick 9000. Why not 9001? What happened? Did you hit 9,000 and said no? I'm not going over. Actually, it was called Mario due to NLA jokingly. Yes, his name Ryan was Mario Segale, I think. Rest in peace, Rayman. I find it weird that in a way Mario is just a spin-off series of Donkey Kong. I don't know. I wouldn't say Mario is a spin-off series of Donkey Kong because none of the elements found in Donkey Kong made their way into Mario games. Into Super Mario games. I would say Super Mario Brothers is a spin-off of Mario Brothers because Mario Brothers had pipes, it had the power block, it had the turtles, which were, I don't think they were called Koopa, they weren't called Koopa Troopers, they were just turtles back then. The crabs, The fireballs, it would have the fireballs that if you ever played the original Mario Brothers, if you stayed on a platform or if you stayed on a level for too long, these little fireballs would come out and they would go across the screen and try and hit you. Super Mario Brothers is technically a spin-off of Mario Brothers. But realistically, Mario Brothers was never really popular. No one really liked that game. It had very slidey controls. It was very archaic. It was an arcade game. It was 100% an arcade game, which was great, but it was, it was what it was. Mario Brothers wasn't that bad. And that's why I don't mind like technically Mario as a separate character started in Mario Brothers, but no one really cares. You know what I mean? Like no one cared until Super Mario Brothers happened. And then he single-handedly saved the video game industry. There you go. Sometimes I find it weird how Mario, Wario, Donkey Kong, Yoshi are all in the same universe. Yeah, they kind of are, right? Okay. We're moving on, sort of, to viewer topics. So if you have a topic that you would like to discuss, I think some other news came up at some point. I have no idea. It's kind of a weird week. But if you have any topics that came up and you would like to discuss, this is your time to do so. This is also a Q&A, so if you have questions for me, that's totally fine. I have a topic. Why is moving so awful? You know why moving is so awful, Ryan? Because you get yourself settled in a certain way, and then you have to uproot yourself, move it around, and put it all back. And that's when you learn, wow, I have a lot of crap that I don't do anything with. It really does suck. Honestly, truly, how is the rest of the year going to end? Rye, at this point, if on December 31st, 2020, an asteroid was heading towards Earth, and when the asteroid hit our atmosphere, it exploded into candy that rained down on us, but some pieces of the candy had needles in it. I would think, because of course that happened. I would not be surprised. I would just say, what better way to end the year than to have an asteroid / piñata full of potentially needle-filled candy crash into Earth. What other way can you think that makes any more or less sense than that? Let me see here. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 and Marvel Avengers revealed today. I was watching some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 earlier. It looks fantastic. I watched the Marvel's Avengers game earlier this week. That looks terrific. I will most likely not buy either one of them. You ever realize that we never do know who Mario's parents are? We don't know anything about their history. I would not be surprised if there is a third and fourth brother. Did we ever find confirmation on whether or not Wario is Mario's brother? Is there any confirmation one way or the other about that? So what about that Tony Hawk remake? It looks good. It looks good. I love Tony Hawk 1, and I very much enjoyed Tony Hawk 2. I just don't have a whole lot of nostalgia for the series. That being said, I do kind of want to play them. I do kind of want to check them out, especially because the music's on there. Oh my god, Tony Hawk 1 soundtrack is probably one of the best video game soundtracks that ever was, because it does count as a video game soundtrack. Avengers, yes, Avengers did release today. The fact that the worst thing about Rise of Skywalker is that it had to come after The Last Jedi. Yes, I agree. I think The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker was a relatively decent movie. I think that Rise of Skywalker did the best it could to try and put the franchise back on track after the unfortunate disaster that was Last Jedi, which I did not think Last Jedi was a terrible movie. I thought Last Jedi was a pretty horrible Star Wars movie. But yeah, I thought Rise of Skywalker was pretty decent. Where does End of Eva happen for us? That I'm not familiar with. Can't tell you everything else though. But Luigi's Mansion might be at the end of Mario. 2020 ends with aliens being real, but we're quarantined for being awful. Ryan? What if it turns out that the aliens gave us COVID to try and get us like socially distant, so that when they leave, we don't want to approach them. This fan fiction writes itself. Random question: favorite type of coffee or tea? Favorite type of coffee is hazelnut. Preferably with hazelnut creamer, because I love me some hazelnut flavor. Favorite type of tea so far has been green tea with jasmine. Green jasmine green tea. So far that's my favorite type of tea. I'm still new to tea, but so far that's been my favorite kind to have. I bought Premier access to Mulan. Yeah, I'll be honest. The original movie, Mr. L, I thought was just kind of so-so. It's become a meme, but I just kind of thought the movie was so-so. The remake, I don't like any of the Disney live action remakes. The Beauty and the Beast was a passable movie. That was okay. So I had no interest in Mulan, and then there's a whole bunch of controversy with that I won't even get into here. I have a topic. What do you think is do you think this is the suckiest year in a while? Because I certainly do. Nightwing, I am 42 years old, and when I was 15 years old, my mother passed away. And I think this is way worse of a year. I loved my mom, man. I was a mama's boy. So when she passed away, I was sad. And I think 2020 is way worse. I have a topic. How do people and streamers find the motivation to play so many video games and still be adults too? True Blue. A lot of that comes down to a natural passion for gaming. When you look at a sports fan and they sit down every Sunday and they watch their football games and they watch on Monday night and then they watch on Thursday night, you don't question, wow, how can you sit there and watch so much football? If you're a sports fan, it's because you know what the passion is. There's a passion for it, and they enjoy it. So when you're a streamer and you play a lot of different video games, it's not about, oh, I got to play these video games for this stream. It's more like, boy, I get to play video games and I get to stream it and play it with a lot of other people. So you have to have a passion for gaming if you want to do that, and you have to have an interest in streaming if you want to do that. Because if you like streaming but aren't passionate about gaming, stream something else. There are people who do art streams. There are people who do cooking streams. Streaming is a wide thing that started with gaming, but is expanded well beyond that. And as more people discover that, you're gonna have gardening streams. There's and there already are. There's gardening streams. I have watched fishing streams where they go out into the wild and they go by the creek or they go by the lake and they set their camera up and they've got their laptop set up and then they fish and they talk to the camera and they interact with the chat and stuff, but they fish and it's so relaxing. I would like to do a hiking stream myself. I would love to do a hiking stream. Mario's dad appears in the JP OVA. He's giant. Oh boy, I gotta look that up then. What's weird is that Jumpman's actual original Japanese name was called Osan, which is Japanese for middle-aged man. And at some point they said that Mario was like 24 years old, and it's like, no, Mario is mid-40s at least. I'm gonna jump ahead here. Wario is his cousin. Okay. Found out that Bowser has a brother. Morton Cooper Jr., which was named after Morton Downey Jr. Mario's canon is a little screwy, but what about Sonic's? I never followed Sonic's lore. The most Sonic lore I ever watched was the Sat AM show. So I'm not too familiar with Sonic lore. Is that an all over the place thing? Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker are both awful movies, but for very different reasons. We're gonna jump ahead here. I'm gonna jump ahead because I apparently missed a lot. I'm convinced 2020 is the alien version of Survivor being broadcast across the cosmos for their enjoyment. Marcos, not a bad idea. It's reverse War of the Worlds. Do you remember the Bowser on the stairs before you fought real Bowser at Super Mario 2 in the Lost Levels? I never beat Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels, Mario 2, because I don't know if you know this, but the Mario 2 that we got in the US was actually a Japanese game called Doki Doki Literature Club. Tell your friends. Read ahead. I have a topic. How would I wait? Hold on, Ronan, you said how would I defy a casual gamer? Defy or define? A topic for me as someone who has a massive backlog. How do you get about managing it without the distractions of multiplayer games? Sondox, you know how I get around the distraction of multiplayer games by getting to my backlog. I don't get to my backlog and I play multiplayer games. I stopped calling it a backlog a long time ago because a backlog implies that I'm gonna play them, and the reality is I'm probably not gonna play them. Between Final Fantasy 14, Call of Duty Warzone, sometimes Tetris 99, and if I ever go back to Monster Hunter, between all of that, when am I ever going to get to some of these other games? Yeah, Marcos, you give up. What's that? Play the same game for a 50th time. Oh, boy. Yeah, right? Like, we sit there, and we're like, ooh, I've got some free time on my hands. It's time to play Persona 5 or Link to the Past. You give up. Define. Okay, so how would I define a casual gamer? Ronan, the way that I learned to define casual versus hardcore, that's the argument, right? What's a casual? What's a hardcore? The way that I've learned to define them, I learned this years ago, was, do you fit gaming into your hobbies, into your hobby time, or do you fit your other hobbies into gaming? What comes first for you? That, to me, is the definition of a casual versus a hardcore gamer. A hardcore gamer will probably say, I'm not doing anything this weekend. I've got time to play some games. Whereas a casual gamer would probably say, I've got time this weekend. I'm going to try and get a bunch of stuff done and then maybe play some video games. That, to me, as a casual gamer, is somebody who gaming is secondary or third. What's the third version of secondary? I don't know. Is there even another version? That, to me, is casual versus hardcore. My only hobby is gaming. I would say you're a hardcore gamer. Because when it's time to sit down and you have some free time and it's time to indulge in your hobbies, gaming is what you go to. Gaming is what you do. Tertiary, I thought, is that what tertiary is? I thought tertiary was just adjacent. I thought tertiary was sort of like adjacent. Third-yary? That sounds like, it looks like third dairy. I apologize if I missed any topics. I jumped ahead here. I got a fun topic. This will probably be the last topic because I just realized it's after 7 o'clock. I've got a fun topic. Say if I was more into being a guest commentator, co-com, yet I have no connections to YouTubers or Twitch people. Where do you think I should start with that? Because I love gaming and commentating over games. What I would say, Nightwing, is find a friend. If you have a circle of friends who like that sort of thing, maybe start a channel with them. And you might need to play games yourself and then work yourself into just being the commentator, or see if you have friends that do that sort of thing and would like to have co-coms. You know, there are a lot of people who do co-commentaries because they get involved in other people's channels. If you have no interest in playing the games yourself, what I would say is play games yourself and do streaming yourself. Start on your own. You will... most likely you will end up connecting with other people who do that sort of thing. You know, I've had offers to join other people's streams, like to guest commentate. I've had offers to do that. I've had people ask if they can do that, if they want to stop in. We've had a couple of times where people have stopped in and they've done chats. You know, people find out that I'm going to be talking about a specific topic. And then they're like, "Oh, can I please be on because I want to talk about that?" Like, I've had people do that, so that's okay. I'll probably start with playing shit myself. Yeah, Nightwing. That's how I started. I wanted to make content. I wanted to make content, and I wanted to sit around and play games and talk to people while I'm playing games. It reminded me of the old days when I would hang out with my friends and we would sit around playing video games. So I wanted to do that. So I started my channel, and it was a crappy laptop with the camera that was built into the laptop, and I was using emulators and a busted Logitech controller, and that was it. And microphone. This microphone, this exact microphone, it is an AT2020 Audio Technica. This is a 2020 USB. So this plugs right into the USB port on my computer. And this is what I started with. And this was the most advanced piece of technology that was on my stream when I first started. And now I have what I think is a very nice setup that I would like to expand a little bit more. I have, oh my God, hit a button, hold on. Buddy, you knocked over the microphone and you hit a button. But I started with junk in like a small corner of my room, and it was in front of a window. I had to put up. I remember I had to put up these big things of cardboard in order to block out the light from the window, because the light from the window was so bright that it was washing me out on camera. Oh, you know what? Hold on. There we go. Yeah. So give it a try. And I used emulators. I played emulated games. I played what was the first couple of games we played? I think the very first game we played was Gradius 3. That was to test it out, and then we played Batman Returns just to see if they would work. They were the first two games that I streamed through my emulators. Dang, Uncle has some nice eyebrows. What is it? What is it? It's like, you gotta be kidding me. My commentary on YouTube channel isn't very good. I'll be honest, Ronan. I did YouTube videos before I did YouTube videos before I did Twitch, and I didn't like it. I hated it. I couldn't stand it. I love doing commentaries for SGB. I hated doing solo commentary on YouTube. It was so awkward for me to try and carry a conversation with no one. It was so weird for me. So when I thought about streaming, I thought streaming is going to be better because I'm going to have the chat. Hopefully people show up and I'll have the chat to talk to. And I think for the first stream that I did, like 4 people were there. I think that was 4 people, which is a lot, right? Like that's when you go on streams and you go search Twitch and you see people streaming to 0 and 1 and 2 people, 4 is like a lot. And then, but I got to have conversations. I got to ask questions and answer questions, and it was much better. So I would say, if you have ever tried making YouTube videos and by yourself and you find out that you don't like it, a lot of it might be the fact that you're on your own. Try doing Twitch streams and talking to people. It might actually be a lot more interesting. Also, remember to turn up. And that's another thing. If you're going to Twitch stream, this is the biggest piece of advice. I'm not a gigantic Twitch streamer. I'm not a gigantic Twitch streamer. So, I'm not one of these 40, 50,000 people, viewers, one of these people, the top 1%. But I can tell you that across the board, if you have any interest in becoming a Twitch streamer, the single most important thing you can do, other than having a good microphone — people don't care about a bad camera so much as they care about bad audio. Try and have a good microphone. The most important thing you can do is consistency. No one will turn up for your stream if you stream 2 hours on Monday and then maybe an hour on Thursday and then maybe a couple hours on Saturday and then maybe again next week on Thursday. It's too sporadic. It doesn't help you. No one would watch a TV show that came on at random times during the week. The biggest thing you can do to help yourself is to have a consistent schedule. One 1,000%. Absolutely. Streaming has also helped me with public speaking. Yeah, I interact with people a lot better because of streaming now. So when's that 24/7 stream? 24/7 stream ain't happening. 24-hour stream. Give it a few months. Rye, we're gonna have what's it? Extra Life? The Extra Life charity event is gonna be a 24-hour stream. I think I keep a consistent schedule. It would be a lot of fun to do. Streaming, I mean, it's so great. I think your streams are a great example of how to conduct yourself as a streamer. I try. I conduct myself in a way that I would find entertaining. You know, I try to be active. I try to interact with the chat. I got my boy Sage here. I try to do things and say things and talk about things that I think I would be interested in. If somebody was having the conversations that we have here on another stream, I would want to chime in on those conversations. So that's what I try and do here. You know, and stream what you like. That's what everybody says. What should I stream? Stream what you like. If you like speed running, stream yourself speed running games. Stream yourself learning how to speed run games. If you like MMOs, stream yourself playing an MMO. People love that stuff. Just stream what you like because your passion for that thing will come out on your stream, and that's what people will latch onto. No one wants to watch a stream where the streamer looks like they are having a miserable time doing whatever it is they're doing, unless it's a kind of stream where they're playing a game they hate because it's funny. Have you ever considered having a co-com from time to time for some variety? Marcos, I do it from time to time, very rarely. It usually is specific, topic oriented. So if I have a topic about GameStop, I'll get Linky on the phone. Ryan's been on a couple of times to talk about specific things. I think we had Trios on one time, but that wasn't been during a gameplay. I think Lizard's been on once or twice. Yeah, that's usually topic related. If I have a very specific topic and then I have somebody that I can talk to that is versed in that topic, I may want to have a conversation with them about that. And then I have considered doing like an Avatar discussion where we talk about different aspects of the show, Avatar and Korra. I wanted to do one for Steven Universe. I don't think we ever got around to doing a Steven Universe stream. I may do one for Aggretsuko because I really do like that show. So we'll see. We'll figure. I'm always trying to evolve. The problem is I'm a lazy ass. More like a co-host. No, I don't want a co-host. Marcos, I don't want an actual co-host because I will converse with the co-host and not read chat. So chat is my co-host. You are my co-host. All of you are. And I know that people hear that as like a joke, and they're like, "Oh, we're the co-host," but you really are. I ask questions because I'm talking to you. I take your responses into consideration. You are my co-host because if I have a co-host, I will have a conversation with this other person, and I won't read chat as much. I know it. I know that I won't. Oh my boy! I'll give you treats in a second. How about that? Meow if you want treats in a second. There we go. I thought of all the times he wasn't gonna meow right there. That's my favorite part of the stream. Yeah, and so I will never get rid of that. I will never get rid of the aspect that that you all are my co-host, and it's actually one of the reasons I don't play certain kinds of games. I avoid games. I try to avoid games that require a significant portion of my attention just because of the fact that while I'm focused on the game, I'm not talking to everybody else. And I have had streams where I don't interact with a lot of you. I don't interact with the chat very often. And I'll be honest, I turn the stream off when I'm done and I feel bad. I feel like, God, that's not what I like to make, right? Like that's what I think whenever I have streams like that, which I haven't had one in a long time. But when I used to have streams like that, when I was done, I would stop the stream and I would sit there for a second and I would think that's not what I want to make. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to. I go to some of these big streams and they don't look at the chat. They read when you talk about like guys like Tim the Tatman, some of the other guys like I think Tifu's still on. These higher guys, these people that get 30,000 viewers for the stream. they don't read the chat. They don't ever look at they rarely, if ever, look at the chat. They read messages that come from subs through donations. That's what they read. And it's like, I don't want, like, I know that it would have, like, if we suddenly started getting 30,000 viewers, I would have to filter out the messages in some way. But at the same time as me, I that's not what I like. I don't like the idea that chat is having their own conversation and the streamer is doing something completely separate. I'm trying to get my own damn show. Can I get my own spin-off show? Yeah. I mean, Marcos, listen, anybody here who starts a stream and says, I kind of want to do what Uncle does. Anybody here who does that, that's a spin-off show. If you ask me, that's a spin-off. You don't want us to have to bribe you for attention like this. Dragoon, that's what it ends up feeling like. Unfortunately, and that's probably not the case, but at the same time, it does kind of feel like I don't want, like, I would say that would be me. Like, I would sit there and I would think, I don't want them to think that I'm bribing them for me to read their comments. That just, I don't know. It just feels scuzzy. But I acknowledge that they have to do that. You know, when you talk about these 30, 40,000 viewer streams, you have to filter out the comments in some way. You can't have up to 40,000 people all trying to talk at once and expect you to be able to respond to any of it. So Uncle Silver is the main series. That's right. Spin off Uncle Silver show starting the chat. Starring the chat, and then maybe I guess every once in a while. How about that? I like it. But we are going to wrap up today. That is going to do it. We ran super long today. We look at us. Look at us being popular and streaming for 15 minutes, 16 minutes now, longer than we normally do. Pat myself on the back. Pat yourselves on the back as well. We went a little bit longer. Thank you, everybody, for stopping. Me and my buttons ready. Thank you, everybody, for stopping and for hanging out, for having these conversations. I think we had some pretty fun times today. I think we talked about Super Mario 35th anniversary, and we got our frustrations out on it. By the way, some people were very frustrated on it, and I think we still are a little frustrated about certain aspects of it. But I think we got a chance to get some really good conversations in, so I very much appreciate you all being here, because quite frankly, if you weren't here, this would be a lot shorter of a show. If you are new here, or if you have not done so yet, please go ahead and click follow. That would be very much appreciated. If you also have a Twitch Prime sub, or you've got a spare $5, feel free to go ahead. I think it's actually $4 now. We're doing September. So if you are inclined to do so, please go ahead and subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. Yeah, Wing Zero, we were talking about that earlier. I was going to watch it on stream, but we're not going to. Also, after you've done that, check the links down below. Follow us over on Twitter, which is where I post a lot of fun, silly stuff, including a very hilarious picture that is going around, making the rounds right now. I think I'm up to 3,600 likes, which is pretty stupendous for me. Twitter famous. And follow us over on YouTube, which is where I'm supposed to be posting recaps or uploads of this show, and I never do. So I would like to start trying to use my YouTube a little bit more, make highlight videos of the streams. I think highlight videos would be very fun. I think that would be pretty cool. Got a little bit of a following over there, so why not? Also, we have a Discord, so if you are inclined to do so and you like Discord, go click Discord and join that, and you can have conversations with a lot of other cool people. I pop in from time to time, so I try to pop in from time to time. So feel free to stop on there and have some fun, and every once in a while we'll pop in, maybe share some stupid pictures. Yeah, stitch some clips, elements. That's what I want to do. I want to start getting more clips, making more clips, and then stitching them together, make some little highlights of streams. But that'll be for another time. If you're watching this on YouTube, that means that once again I remembered to upload this episode, so congratulations to me. Also go ahead and click follow or subscribe. I think it's called subscribe on YouTube. So that would be very much appreciated there. Also check the links down below. I have links for the Twitter and the Discord. I should have them down there also. And I should have a link down there for Twitch. So follow that link over back here where we stream this show Fridays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And you can be part of the conversation. Or you can be here Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And you can watch some gameplay. And we can hang out and we can play some games together, talk about life, since we do that from time to time. And you can ask me about what is the powerhouse of the cell, because I learned in school once that it is mitochondria, but they didn't teach me how to fill out a job application. So there you go. But that's gonna do it for right now. Thank you so much, everybody. I very much appreciate it, and I say it all the time, but the reality is, you have no idea how happy this makes me to do this stuff and to have you all here to do this stuff with me. But thank you, everybody. Have an amazing night, amazing weekend. Have an amazing extended weekend. By the way, it's Labor Day weekend, so a lot of people we have Monday off. I have a 3-day weekend. I couldn't be more happy about that. So if you have an extended weekend, go ahead and enjoy that. And if not, try and enjoy it anyway. But take care of yourselves, everybody. Take care of each other. And I will see you all next time.